If you're watching this and you're not subscribed to me, why? And if you subscribe, then I'll apologize for this. So the name of the officer who lost his life in the Boulder shooting, his name is Eric Talley, and his sister gave an interview that I found interesting. So I wanted to hear some more from her, so I typed in Eric Talley's sister, and the video, not the first video that came up, but a video that came up under that search, it's pretty crazy. I'm going to show you some of the things that I learned in that video. I mean, I already knew them, actually, because I had heard them recently. So, but anyways, I'm going to show you some clips from the video. Hope you enjoy.
Make things go boom.
Boom, 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 boom. A week to remember, dark to light, blackout necessary.
So yes, cybersecurity is really much more than what I think people used to think about. A person with a hoodie in his parents' basement hacking away war games style. It's much more sophisticated and much more pervasive and much more pernicious. And it's largely now migrating to the great powers, the Russia, the China, the Iran, the North Korea. And they are really getting into the cyber security, or the offensive cyber game for a number of reasons. One, to steal intellectual property. That's been going on for a while. But really where it's now going to is not to steal anything at all. It's actually to make things go boom. To actually bring down companies, especially in the West, especially in the United States. To disrupt business, especially in the West, especially in the United States. And to take it even one step further, and something we may talk about a little bit later, to actually undermine the integrity of certain key systems that the West relies on. There are always two people who lose their jobs in a high-profile hack. One is the CEO, and the other one is the General Counsel. So,
Track CEO resignations.
this is huge. You have to realize that, like everything in the military, there is a fog of war. You won't know right off the bat who hacked you and why. So you need to start to do that investigation. And then you get a critical point is, well, I could do this myself, or I can call in the FBI. And that's a big deal for companies to say, do I want the FBI rummaging around my servers? Who knows what else they're going to find? The FBI, I will say, has gotten a lot better about just focusing on that and treating companies as victims, not as potentially, wrongdoers in themselves. But that's why what we also say is it's good to have a good relationship, personal relationship, go to coffee with your local FBI agent who deals with cyber. And to have their mobile, their cell phone number, rather than go through some portal, which may be down if you're really attacked, is also huge. But yeah, the FBI will then tell you, hey, you may think it's this, but it's really that. And remember, when you're going up against a nation-state hacker, they're magicians. Right? The magician wants you to look there because what's really happening is over there.
Dark to light. Florida and Arizona attempts to steal the election. Do not look here. California shooting and fires. Same locations. Look here. Next week. Look here. Russia. Do not look here. China. Look here. Russia. Do not look here. China.
Or you ever watch kids play soccer or football? Meaning, right? They all chase the same ball, right? Or some just sort of stand around looking around. But all of them chase that same ball. That's what the more sophisticated hackers are going to be counting on.
Keep your eye on the ball. Roger Ball has been called. Good and green. Call the ball.
That's fascinating. So let me give you a hypothetical, which is actually not so hypothetical.
Okay.
So in 2015, there was 2016, there was a company called St. Jude Medical, which made pacemakers.
Yeah, good example.
And A pacemaker obviously, shocks your heart into beating at an appropriate rate. It's implanted inside the body cavity, and therefore it requires some device to set the rate at which your heart's going to be beating. And there was an app for that St. Jude sold you along with the pacemaker. You had a little controller. A cybersecurity firm called MedSec figured out how to hack that app. So that someone could sit down on a park bench with an iPhone, press a few buttons, and give Granny or Gramps a heart attack simply by controlling that hacked application.
Heart attacks can be deadly.
This happens frequently in the medical device field. It happens in other fields as well. Most recently with AMD this past spring. What MedSec did, though, is they didn't go to St. Jude Capital or St. Jude Medical. They went to a hedge fund. They went to Muddy Waters hedge fund and said, "Here's what we found out. Here's a 28-page report on how to hack these pacemakers." And Muddy Waters which is well known for doing this, they took a substantial short position in St. Jude Medical, announced their short position, and on the same day distributed this 28-page how-to manual on how to hack the app, to the great interest of many disillusioned teenagers who were really sick and tired of Granny or Gramps at that point. Is that illegal? Should it be?